Okay, students. So we are continuing optimization problem with multiple variables. Uh, we have covered in direct search method. We have covered simplex search method, and today we are going to cover Hooks and Jeeves method. Right. So this method is also called as pattern search method is the second name for this Hooks and Jeeves method. So today we will discuss particular this method, and this is very small topic. So maybe this will be completed within half an hour, and after that we will stop. We will also take one numerical problem based on this method. Okay, so in Hooks and Jeeves method, this method is also called as pattern search method. So normally in books, you may find it the name written as pattern search method. Okay. So in this method, it is more or less similar to your previous method. That was a simplex search method, and where we were trying to identify the next optimum value of your given functions. Okay, given sorry, variables. Just a second. So in Hooks and Jeeves methods, there are uh, sorry, give me a second. Yeah. So in this method, we are also in the previous method, as we were trying to identify new location or new optimum point. Okay, so we will also do the same thing in Hooks and Jeeves method also. Okay, but here there are two types of moves. How we will be moving ahead. There are two types of move. One is exploratory move, and for second one is your pattern move. Okay, pattern search move. So in exploratory move, what we are doing, we are choosing some initial starting point. Okay, and we are giving some initial step size. Okay, step increment in each of the your variable or coordinate direction. If it is xyz, then we are saying coordinate direction, and if it is more than 3, then we may set it call it as variables. Okay, so there may be n number of variables, x1, x2, x3, x4, and xn. Okay, so what we will do, we will have some starting point. It may be like 0 0 0. So this may be x1, x2, x3, xn, and suppose it is xn. So suppose if you are taken your starting point as 0 0 0, and then you have some step size, step increment, which you are supposed to give to each coordinate. So then this step size may be delta. Okay, so what we do is, when we give some step increment, say delta, what we actually check, we check the value of function for these new values of your variables, that is 0 plus delta. Okay, so suppose your value of function fx for your starting point was some value. Okay, fx 0. Then we calculate the value for the function after giving the increment, say x plus delta. Okay, so this has some certain value. Okay, so suppose it is some value, it is some value, and we are comparing these values. Okay, so what we are doing, we are giving some step, we are choosing some initial starting point, then we are giving some specified step size, then we are calculating the value of function at this point, that is the starting point as well as the next point. Okay, after comparing, if we find that your new value new value, suppose if new value is minimum or as compared to your or new value is less than your starting value of function at starting point, then we say that we are moving in the right direction. Okay, so in that case what we do, we may choose this particular value as your we may say that our exploratory move was successful and we move to the next point. Okay, that is the next stage of movement, which is called as pattern search movement. Suppose it is not successful. Okay, this suppose fx plus delta is not less, it may be greater than this initial value of fx. Okay, so in that case what we are doing, in that case we may change, or we may reverse the direction. Instead of moving in this direction particular by giving the increment delta, we may like to move in the another direction, and we may give the increment that is minus delta. Okay, so in this here also we will get some value of function, that is fx minus delta is equal to some value. Okay, and again we will compare this value with your fx value of function at x equal to, that is the initial starting point. Okay, for the set corresponding to your starting values. Okay, if you compare, if this is if this is this value is less than your initial starting point, then we may say that this is your optimum value. Okay, so whichever side is having your least value, that is less than your starting point, we will move in that particular direction, and we may say that this exploratory move is completed or is successful. Okay, so here you may find difficulty that there might be situations when you are not able to find minimum value in either side. Suppose you have chosen some value, you have some value of function corresponding to your starting point, and while taking this step increment plus minus in that is in either left side or right side, you are not getting minimum value in any of the side. So in that case what we will do, we will simply reduce your step size, say by value 2, delta y2, and we will again do the same process of exploratory move in order to get your exploratory move to be completed. Okay, so I hope this is clear how we are trying to get the next possible solution using your exploratory move. Okay, after your explanatory move, there is a next step which is called pattern move. So in pattern move, we keep your current value as your base point, and we have suppose in explanatory move we have found some value. Okay, so this value is fx1. This value is set of values corresponding to fx1. So what we are going to do, we now, since we are having two set of values, we are supposed to identify third set of values which is having minimum as compared to these two values which we are already having. So in order to find out the next optimum set of values, what we are going to do, we will use pattern move, and in pattern move we have xk plus 1, that is next possible set of values, is equal to xk, that is current set of values, plus xk, that is current set of values, minus xk minus 1, that is the previous values. That this in during starting, this will be x0, this will be your x1, this will be x1, and this will become your x2. Okay. Here also we are trying to identify the same thing, whether that your value of fx2, suppose in this case this is x2, so fx2 is less than your fxk value or not. We are comparing the same. Okay. So in algorithm mode, how we are going to implement this method? These are the steps. Let me read out one by one so that we can move to the numerical which is given, which I have taken as a part of your this problem. Okay, so in step number 1, we are having some function which we are supposed to minimize. For minimization, for getting the minimization of minimum value or optimum value for this function, what we will do, we will have some starting point. So this may be if it is two dimensional, then we may say this will be x0, x10, x20, or if it is xy, then we can say x0, y0. Okay, so this will be your starting point. Then we may choose some initial increments. So this may be delta. So suppose for initial step, this may be delta 0 equal to 2, 3, 4, whatever we want to choose, or 1, 2, 3. Then we have some step reduction ratio. So this should be always greater than 1, because if it is less than 1, then instead of reduction, the step size will increase. Okay, so in the minimum the step size should be always greater than 1. Then there is some termination parameter, that is the difference between your current value of function and the difference between your next value of function, that is fx0 minus fx1, if we are taking difference between x0 and 1, or any other value, that is xk minus xk plus 1. The difference between these two values, if it is less than to a particular parameter, which is called as your termination condition or termination parameter, then you will stop this algorithm. Okay, this is your first step, where you are defining your starting point, you are defining your increment, then you are defining your step reduction factor, then you are defining your termination parameter, that is the termination condition in the case of your pattern search method. Okay, after this this step 1, you are supposed to perform exploratory move. So under exploratory move, you are simply giving some increment corresponding to your step increment which you have decided in step number 1. Okay, so for suppose step starting your increment is if you are starting from 0, then you can say delta 0, or if you want to start from 1, it does not matter, you can say delta 1 equal to some value 1 or 2, whatever you are having. Okay, as soon as you succeed in exploratory move, as I told, in exploratory move you need to do multiple iteration, and you need to identify the point which is corresponding to the less value as compared to current value of your function, current set of that is starting set of function. Okay, if your exploratory search is successful, that you could found a lower point, you need to go to the step number 5. Okay, so we will go to the step number 5. Otherwise, what we will do, if we are not able to we are not able to conduct, exploratory move, we are not successful using your exploratory move, then what we will do, we will go to the step number 4. So what is in step number 4? Step number 4, if your current or delta is uh, less than equal to your is less than your termination parameter. If it is equal to your if it is less than to your termination parameter, so then we can stop, and we may say that current value of your current set of values of x is your optimum value. If this termination condition is not satisfied, in that case what we are going to do, we are going to reduce your step size. That is, you will reduce the step size. Suppose previously it was 1, and then you want to reduce it some reduction factor, say you are having 2, then the next step size will be 1 by 2. So this will be 1 by 2, and again you will go to the step 2 after reduction of your step increment, and you will again do the exploratory search. Okay, so this process is continued till you find your exploratory search is get successful. If it is not successful, we will continue we will continuously doing these steps repeatedly till we find this one point which is corresponding to your exploratory search. Okay, as soon as you are successful in to get your one point of an optimum point or lower point using your exploratory search, you will go to the step number 5, which is corresponding to your pattern search. Okay, so how we will do the pattern search? uh, if we will identify that next point x k p k plus 1 is equal to x k plus x k minus x k minus 1. Now again, since we have got this value kp plus 1, we will perform exploratory search using kpk plus 1 as the base point, and let the result be xk plus 1. Okay, so this new base point will be your xk plus 1, that is a new set of values, and again you are going to compare your this value of function corresponding to the current base point, and if it is less than your previous value, that is xk, then you will repeat the same process, that is you will perform, and you will try to move ahead and try to identify the next point corresponding to your next point corresponding to minimum value. Okay, the point which is having value less than fx k plus 1. Okay, so once this condition is satisfied, you will reassign these values, that is xk minus 1, the value which will be assigned, this will be xk, and in your xk, which value should be assigned, this will be xk plus 1. This is a typo error, this will be xk plus 1, that is the your current base point will become your previous base point in order to perform your step number 5. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, then you will again go to the step number 4, that is checking of your termination condition as well as reduction in your step increment. Okay, so if you take one example, then this you will be able to understand that this method is quite easy as compared to other methods. Okay, so suppose we are having one example, find minimum of function fx equal to 8x1 square plus 4x1 x2 plus 5x2 square. Your starting point is fx0 equal to -4 comma -4. Okay, so your x1 starting value of your fx1 x10 is -4 and x20 is -4. Both are having the same time. Okay, so for solution, what in step number 1, what we will give, we will define your step size. So say step size increment in each of your variable is 1. So for x1 it is delta x1 is your 1 and delta x2 is also 1. These are the step size for each of the variable. Then step reduction factor, we have chosen it as 2, and termination parameter is epsilon is equal to 10 to the power -4. So if your epsilon is less than 10 to the power -4, then we will terminate this particular method. Okay, so let us try to start. In order to first we will be doing your exploratory search in this particular function. So for exploratory search, what we should have, we should give, we should calculate the value of function at the current starting point. So your starting point is minus x1 equal to -4 and x2 equal to -4. This is your starting point. So what we will do, we will simply put these values, that is 8 into -4 square plus 4 into 4 plus 5 into 4 square. Okay, so this, if we calculate this is coming around 272. Those who are having calculator, they may also cross check. So this value we are getting fx0, this is corresponding to the value which is given, that is your starting point -4 comma -4. Now let us give some step increment. So in order to give step increment, we need to fix at least we will fix one variable and we will give increment to remaining variable. Okay, so let us fix x2 and give increment to x1. So if we give increment, that is increment of 1 to x1, what will be the value? x2 will remain -4 and x1 will be your -4 plus 1 equal to -3. Okay, so the new set of values now will be -3 comma -1. Okay, yes. So here we can see your value of your x1 is -3 and x4 is x2 is x1 is -3 and x2 is -4. If you calculate the value corresponding to this set of values, your fx is value of fx is coming 200. Okay, so we can say that our your exploratory move was successful. So now because we have done increment in one variable, now we will do the increment in second variable, that is the x2. So let us fix your x1 at x1 equal to -3 and give increment in x2. So now your x2 will be x2, what will be the value of x2? x2 was -4 plus 1, so this will become -3. which is again less than your value corresponding to your value corresponding to fx0. It is for fx0 we are having 272. Again, this is a typo error. This is 272. Sorry. Okay, so this 153 value of function at this point is again satisfied, and it is having a less value as compared to your starting point. And now we can say that our exploratory search for both the variables is successful. So we will have new set of values, that is fx1, and it is corresponding to -3, x1 equal to -3 and x2 equal to -3, and the value corresponding to your corresponding to the value of function corresponding to these values, this is fx1 equal to 153. Since we have got exploratory search successful for both the variables, we will move to the pattern search. Okay, so we will try to identify the pattern move, and for pattern move we know we have xk plus 1 is equal to xk plus xk minus 1. So if you this will be your xp2. Okay, this is already written x1 plus x1 minus x0. Okay, so this will be 2x1 minus x0. So let us try to see what will be the value of x1. X1 will be, because x1 is your -3, so -3 into 2 minus x1 is -4, so minus this will become plus, so this will be 4, so this will come -6 plus 4 equal to -2. Similarly, you can calculate the value of x2. Again, x2 is again, it is having the same value, so this will be -3 into 2 plus 4, so this will again be -2. So this is written here how you have got the value corresponding to your pattern move, that is -2, -2. Now what we will do, we will again check this value. We will compare this value with the previous value of your of set of value which we have got through your exploratory move. If you compare this value with fx1, what is happening? This is having less value as compared to your fx1, because this is 68 and this fx1 was 153. Okay, so since this is having your less value, minimum value, we can say your pattern move is successful, and it may be it may be said that it is the next set of possible solution. Now what we will do, again we will move to the we will give increment. We may perform exploratory search for xp2, and if we find by giving some increment, if we find reduction in value of function for fx, then we may set your current base point as your optimum solution. Okay, so let us give some increment in the value corresponding to your fx2. So fx2 was your x2 was your -2, -2. So if you give say one increment in x and one increment in y, or one increment in x1 and one increment to x2, so this will become -1, -1. And again you will check the value of function, which is now coming as fx2 is equal to 70. So which is also less than your value of fx1. So we may say that your pattern move is successful and your x2, this x2 will become your new base point for additional, that is the next pattern. Okay, so if you do repetitively this process, if you repetitively, you will find the optimum value for this particular function, which will be equal to x star is equal to x1 equal to 0 and x2 equal to 0 comma 0. Okay, so optimum value for this particular function, that is fx equal to 8 x1 square plus 4 x1 x2 plus 5 x2 square will be 0 comma 0. Okay, so this is all about your pattern search method. If you are having any query, you may ask, and otherwise you have time